Hey everyone, this is DyanaRozay. Welcome to my channel. I have a quick commentary for you on Love and Marriage Huntsville, Real Housewives of Potomac, and another franchise, okay? We're going to talk about all of them. You read the thumbnail before you all got in here, so you know what we're talking about. Carlos King is dropping insider secrets on the Housewives. I know that there is a whole lot of people that want him to shut the hell up, but we are going to talk about it over here. It makes a lot of sense. I have been questioning some of these coupling, some of these pairings, and now Carlos is basically telling us exactly what is happening. So you guys, before we get started, please hit the like, subscribe, and your notification bell. That will help others find this video. And as always, guys, I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me, okay? Thank y'all for running my numbers up, the new subscribers. I see y'all, and thank you to everybody who, every time you hear that notification bell, you are in my comments saying hello, letting me know that you are here and supporting. Y'all know I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all of y'all. So let's get into this, okay? I want to try to speed this up because it could be a long one. Let's see. First, let's start with Carlos King. He posted to his YouTube video, YouTube channel yesterday saying, should Robyn Dixon be fired? Well, it sounds like the answer was no. He said that if it was him, he would talk to Robyn and Juan, let them know, you guys have a story to tell. You've been holding out. We want to hear it. And then, see if they can move forward. It sounds like Real Housewives of Potomac is set to start filming again in March. So I think that Robyn was given that ultimatum, because you guys know that they're going to have that 30-minute special that's going to follow the last episode of the reunion. So it's a 3-part reunion. On the 3rd part, March 5th, they're going to sit down with Robyn, or Andy's going to sit down with Robyn. Doesn't sound like Juan is going to be there at all, and ask her to give further details into her situation. So we're going to hear about that. If you watch the after show with Robyn and Andy Cohen yesterday, you would know Robyn basically just regurgitated everything she already said on her podcast. She didn't change up any details. So if we're getting a special, then she better say something different, right? Because honestly, I feel like maybe her job was threatened, and yeah, now she's willing to tell a little bit more. That would be the only reason for her to have a special. That would be the only reason for her to have a special. So let's hear what Carlos King had to say about what the Housewives have done, and is still doing to this very day. Well, hold on. I posted that already. So let's do this.
Blah, 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 blah. And as I was watching Robyn, my whole thing was, you ain't got a lot to kick it, Craig. If you cool with your man cheating, who are we to judge you? I said on this podcast again and again and again, 90% of housewives are in open marriages because 75% of them feel, if my husband is not on this show with me, I will lose my job. And that's a fact. It's not something made up. That's an entire fact. Because these men aren't getting paid to be on the show, which is why I said to you all, 90% of those women pay their husbands, boyfriends, fiancés, or sneaky links to be on the show. They give them 10% of their check.
Wow.
So that's why when you see these boring scenes with the husbands at the bar.
Okay, so y'all heard it, right? He said, and I posted Sheree and Martell up here. I certainly did. Now, they haven't confirmed that they pay each other. We are under the impression, it is rumored, it has been out there for a minute, that they have the same manager, okay? And that the manager paired them up. But since he said that, it makes sense. We've already heard some of the men say that they were in fake relationships with some of these women. They have gotten on certain, radio interviews. I believe there was a guy named Walter who was dating Kenya, who said that the relationship wasn't real. He didn't say anything about getting a payment, though. However, other members of the cast did imply it. I believe Phaedra and some other people did imply it. And we see how quick these women are to run to the altar. Let's see, Cynthia Bailey and Mike Hill being one of them. People were questioning, why are you guys moving forward so fast? We're in COVID. Why have the wedding now? Even Mike Hill said, why have the wedding now? Okay, things like that. And I'm just going to say, Sheree has had some interesting couplings herself. Who? The Love Doctor was one of them. Now, maybe that was a real relationship. I'm just saying. Carlos King was the one who put it out there. Maybe it was a real relationship, but the Love Doctor being one. Then that crazy relationship with Prison Bae that even her daughter was not familiar with. Y'all saw last season. Sheree was the season finale. Prison Bae shows up, Tyrone, and her daughter says, who was that? Like, if your mama was in a serious relationship, she's a grown woman. Sheree's daughter is a grown woman. You would think she would know who that was, but she was like, who is that? A producer had to say, that's your mama's boyfriend, Tyrone. So it makes sense, some of how the things were, playing out. Again, we don't know if Sheree, this is all alleged, was, paying him, but if Sheree had been let go from the show before, which she has, I think maybe twice, brought back, it makes sense that she would want to pair it with someone. And why not someone who isn't going to be really on the show? She's just having these awkward phone calls with, because everybody's like, why is Sheree? Sheree is an ugly woman. She's an attractive woman. She has some things going on for her. Why would she date a man that's in jail, of all things? Why is she taking collect phone calls? And y'all remember the last episode when that man walked into the fashion show and he pulled Sheree aside, or tried to anyway. And he was like, can I talk to you for a minute? She went, no, And she like shooed him away, and he had to walk out the door. That was the last thing. That was the last time we saw or heard from him. And he had since shared with everyone that Sheree knew that he couldn't meet up with her at that restaurant in Philly. He was like, she knew that. That was a violation of my parole. I had to definitely let people know that that was happening. I couldn't just film. So that makes sense. We all know what happened after Kenya got rid of Walter. I believe she said that he was gay and all these other things. And he was like, that's not true. They have these horrible stories that they put on these men after they leave the show. And I always thought, why would you do that? Look at Portia and what's his name? Cordell. That was a horrible story she put on him after he left the show, right? Who else? We saw how quickly Portia tried to pair herself up with that football player, and then with Dennis, getting pregnant with Dennis, having, the proposal happen. That was a beautiful proposal, but the proposal happened. Then before they even got married, they were in counseling. There's just a whole bunch of stuff. Now, I know that I'm giving you guys examples from Real Housewives of Atlanta, but they're not the only ones. Real Housewives of Miami has a person on the show right now, Marsau, who had this fake wedding. It was just a ceremony, not a real wedding, on the beach, with a guy that right now people are saying this man is known to be, in a homosexual relationship. He was married before to a beautiful woman, and then he got together with a very beautiful man. This relationship between Marsau and this man is not true. This is something she did just to get back on the show. And Real Housewives of Miami is a bomb show, by the way. I really like the players on that show. But you guys, let me know what y'all think about all of this. Also, let me know who else y'all might think would have had this fake pair up, or, the women may have been paying for. What about the guy who Kenya met at the gym? That was a wild relationship too. There's been plenty of relationships that have gotten like, I've kept asking, how are these relationships happening? What about, you guys, let me know who y'all think in the comments, okay? There's plenty of relationships that has happened on these shows throughout the years where we have been asking questions, and every time they end, it has been, you know, the housewife on the show saying there was something horribly wrong with the man. Well, why did you get together with them? People were saying that there's things horribly wrong before y'all even started. But it makes sense if you are paying them to be in it, okay? Just saying, just saying. What else is going on? So Robyn Dixon, let's put this out here. Robyn Dixon, if y'all didn't hear, Nene Leakes called Robyn the starless Robyn Dixon. And she actually reposted it, letting everybody know that she was going to be on the after show for Andy Cohen. But she reposted and said, the starless Robyn Dixon is in the hot seat tonight alongside the intelligent, amazing Ebony K. Williams. So she was asking people to watch. While she was on, she had dropped Karen's name several times. And Karen said, why is Robert deflecting and calling my name? These are your lies about you and yours. So keep my name out your mouth. Like I said, Robyn regurgitated everything she had already said on her podcast and on Patreon. But what was different is this time we got to see her face when she was talking, and she seemed just a little bit shamed. She kind of got red in the face and in the neck. But I honestly felt like she was being sincere. I think she is still in love with Juan. I think that Juan is Robyn's choice, but maybe she's not Juan's choice, is what I want to say. The other thing, I think Andy had asked Ebony K. Williams, if you guys don't know her, very intelligent woman. She was actually a part of the New York cast, and it's rumored that she may have brought that cast down because she went to HR and she reported some of those cast members for racist comments against her and the crew. There were certain people, the workers on the set, and she went to HR and said, listen, these people are being abused by some of these cast members. They're saying little nasty racist things, and you guys should know about it. Well, anyways, I guess Andy was looking for her to join him in, you know, attacking Robyn, and she did not. He said, don't you believe that she's withholding information? You're a lawyer. Tell me if you agree with me. And she said, yeah, I don't, you know, whatever you have going on between you and Robyn, she can speak up for herself, and I'm not going to be on your team because you wasn't on my team. I'm here because you are paying me right now. And I have to say, I appreciate how she played that card, because really, you don't have to join Andy on this situation. We all see what's happening here. But I do believe that an ultimatum was given. And I think that if the viewers don't think Robyn is sincere in this 30-minute interview, that Robyn may be off the show. And I also think that Robyn needs this job because she has, you know, they just pulled themselves out of a lot of debt. They bought this beautiful home that they live in now. They had some financial issues that they would like to see, you know, they'd like to continue to grow financially. People do really crazy things for a check. Lying isn't as crazy, but people do crazy things for a check. You guys saw these these pictures that I posted on my community page. A lot of people said that Juan looked dead in the eyes. Okay, I don't know if you guys said that. I'm saying it though. That he looked a little dead in the eyes for these photos, maybe not as happy as he should be. And we saw, you know, some cell phone footage at the end of the show yesterday on their season finale. As Robyn was walking down the deck, she patted her bottom and said, y'all can kiss it. She said, anybody who's a hater, go on ahead and kiss her butt, because she's remarried to her, you know, the love of her life. And I just thought that was interesting too. You guys let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know what y'all think about Ebony K. Williams not agreeing with or not giving Andy any help, basically. But I think it's because she knows what the franchise is all about. This isn't the first time that the franchise itself and, you know, the players in the franchise has been accused of racism. And I think she's like, y'all know y'all have some serious problems on the show. Y'all should fix it. And until you do that, I'm not going to side with you on some things. So let me know what y'all think about that in the comment section. Okay. Now let's see what else I wanted to talk to you guys about. Potomac, the former Potomac housewife, Katie Ross, shares that she is currently working in retail for $14 an hour. So y'all remember she used to live there. She was dating this wealthy guy. She also used to date what is that guy's name? She was, linked to a lot of wealthy Black men, but not anymore. She's only working for $14 an hour. So when people say, what would you do for money? I'm sure she would like to be back on the show. She showed up at Karen's party at the beginning of 7th season. She squeezed Ray's buttocks, but she had this to say. She said, Jesus Christ, I started working like a real job. I just got off an 8-hour shift working minimum wage. A guy who works at a restaurant next to where I work asked if he could give me a foot massage. I feel like a real person instead of a reality TV person. I made $14 an hour, keeping it real. You guys, let me know what y'all think about Katie doing 14-hour, a week at a real job. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Shouldn't be any shame in it, but some of these legacy players that makes, several $100,000 a season, $400,000 a season, maybe in upwards of $1 million. I don't know if that's true for Robyn, but like a Nene Leakes who was making over $1 million a season, that can hurt. Now, Katie was always just a friend of the show. She ended up walking off the show when they were on a cast trip. I think that she was being accused of doing some things, having an altered state of mind, doing some things. And she was also asked if she was being abused by her boyfriend. So after a couple of hours of that from the rest of the cast, she got up and she bounced, and she never came back until again, at the beginning of season 7 when she came to Karen Huger's party. But I'm guessing that they don't want her on the show anymore. She begged to come back on the show on her IG page. She was like, do you need me to come back? And I guess Andy said no, because she's doing something else right now. She's doing retail. Now let's talk about Ashley Darby. Y'all know she had to stay in her marriage for a certain amount of years and deliver children in order to get the payout on her prenup. But according to her, she basically admitted that she will not be getting any alimony from her husband, her ex-husband. She said that it did not work out the way she expected. And I thought that that was interesting that she was confessing to that. You guys let me know what y'all think about it, because seriously, I would think that would have to be a little bit of a slap in the face. Yeah, I don't know. I had to turn on another light. The lighting is not as great as I would like it to be. Oops, dropping some stuff over there. Let's see if I turn it this way. Okay, that should work. Yeah, that has to hurt, to think that you did everything you were supposed to do, or that you were doing certain things in order to change this prenup, and that prenup stayed the same, especially after all the stuff that Michael got caught up in. And it sounds like she may have been doing some things in the bedroom that probably wasn't her cup of tea, but she was going along with it to keep the marriage. So y'all let me know what y'all think about that too. Again, since he's, Carlos King has revealed a lot of these housewives are doing stuff to stay married so they can stay on the show. Makes sense. Makes sense. Who else do I want to talk to you guys about? Dr. Heavenly. I don't know if you guys have heard the news about Married to Medicine, but Dr. Heavenly implied that maybe Anila and Dr. Contessa will not be back next season. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But she posted herself with only a few members of the cast. Let's see. She has Toya. Who is this? Quad, Toya, Dr. Simone, and Dr. Jackie. Now, we know that she's really cool with Dr. Jackie. She's not so much with Toya, and it's on and off with Dr. Simone, but she doesn't get along with the other two, but she made sure to leave them out. I thought she actually got along with Anila, but she left them out for this photo, and she was like, who is ready for another season of Married to Medicine? Team Daddy, Black Girls Rock. So y'all let me know what y'all think about that, baby, because if those two are off, that's crazy. But there is supposed to be a cast shakeup. And I'm thinking that the cast shakeup involves, we already know Phaedra is supposed to be on. She did confirm. But y'all, look at that. We know Dr. G got remarried, and Dr. G may be back with his wife. I don't know if that's going to be a thorn for Quad, but Simone posted this to her IG yesterday. She said, a night of fun and S talking, married to medicine, get ready, hashtag the F, okay? Just when you thought. And she and her husband, Cecil, were hanging out with Dr. G and his new wife. So if she said they were sitting around talking about married to medicine, having fun, get ready, it sounds like Dr. G and his wife may be back on the show too. So you guys let me know what y'all think about that. Everything is going down on these shows now. And Salt Lake City. So we know that Jen Shaw is going to be off if she's not already in handcuffs and, you know, in the paddy wagon going to her place for the next 7 years. But if y'all remember this one, okay, Mary Crosby, she was the one who was, you know, led the church, and it was her grandmother's church, but she also married her grandfather. It wasn't her blood grandfather, but it doesn't matter. She called him granddaddy when she was growing up, and somehow he put a ring on it and they got married, and it's all traumatizing for me to even hear about, but it happened. But she is confirmed to come back for season 4 of Salt Lake City. Season 3 was an entire disaster. Did not, you know, do what it was supposed to do in the ratings. I didn't like it. But Mary Crosby is coming back, and maybe she will be a permanent member of the cast if she can do what she's supposed to do. Mary Crosby ended up getting kicked off the show because she didn't show up for the reunion. So y'all let me know what y'all think about all this tea. Let me know if y'all think that it's possible for Sheree and Martell. You know, we already felt like it's a business arrangement. But do y'all think that some of Sheree's past relationships involved her giving those men 10%? Y'all remember when she brought Bob back on the show, and her and Bob had got in a fight on that bus. They might have been in Jamaica. They were out somewhere. It was some sort of cast trip, but they were out. Her and Bob got into a fight on the bus, and she accused Bob of physically, you know, getting into it with her when they were married. And people attacked Bob after that season was over. He didn't come to the reunion episode, but people attacked Bob on the show or after the show. And then Bob put out some sort of note saying, you guys, I have been married to some white woman, honestly. He said, we've been married for years. This is not my life. I just came on for this. You know, I don't want to be any part of all this scandal. So we know that Sheree faked a relationship with Bob, that relationship when he came back and acted like he was interested in her and was going to rekindle things with her. That was fake because he was already married. And if you guys Google Bob, y'all can see who he's married to. She's way different from Sheree. Okay, way different. I'm just going to tell you that. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, okay? Like the video, subscribe to my channel, hit your notification bell, follow me on IG, TikTok, and on Facebook, and I will check you all on the next one.